welcome to the EasyCruit Coffee Club. My name is Lex Heldens and I'm the International Product Marketing Manager for Visma EasyCruit.
Hi, and my name is Christer Stenfeldt and I'm the Competence Manager for Visma EasyCruit. Today we are in our beautiful office in Skøyen in Oslo, Norway.
What we're trying to achieve with the EasyCruit Coffee Club is to inform you about functionalities that we have in our system that you might not have thought about, or perhaps new functionalities that we have released. So it's a format to just keep you informed and show you some really exciting functionalities that we have to offer.
So you were talking about videos, Alex. Can you please explain a bit more of why it is so important to use videos, for example, in your recruitment process?
Yeah. You know, we all can read texts, but video just brings a little bit more extra to it, an extra dynamic, so to say. I always say a picture paints more than 1,000 words. So if you have a video, it will just give you a little bit of extra feeling with the vacancy. Instead of reading a boring text, it's really nice to just watch a video and have somebody tell about what the vacancy entails.
Yeah. Do you have any examples of a video that you could use in, for example, your vacancy?
Yeah, if you have an interesting recruitment video on YouTube, for instance, you could use that and use that in a vacancy advertisement. So you would have some text and a video in the vacancy advertisement.
Sounds really nice. And that is actually one thing that I'm going to demonstrate today, how to embed a video to your vacancy. So exactly as you're saying, Lex, you can read the vacancy text, but you can also watch a video, maybe explain the company, what the role means, and so on. So I'm going to show that in some minutes. Do you have any other examples where you can use video?
Another example to use video would be in the application process. Mm-hmm. So not us as a company displaying a video, but you as an applicant would record a video. Here actually goes the same thing. You can send in your CV or a cover letter, but it's just paper. And once again, if you record yourself on a video, it just gives the recruiter something extra. Maybe because of my video, I would be invited for an interview, whereas based on my CV, might not. And the video can just give this extra touch that the recruiter can spark interest to invite you for the next event.
Yeah, and that is also something that I'm going to show today. So we have a quite new function called video applications, where it is possible for a client to create how many questions as you like. One question could be like, explain what great customer service means for you. And then instead of a candidate having to type an answer, they can just record a video on the fly directly in the application form, or they can upload a pre-recorded video. And then the recruiter can just watch the video when the recruiter has the time.
Okay.
So should we start with showing how to embed a video in a vacancy?
Let's do that.
Yeah. So first of all, I want to show you our career page. Mm-hmm. So this is how it looks like, really nice. You have a nice picture, some great colors and so on. And then we have a vacancy here. So the vacancy looks like this. Again, really nice, and you have some good information on the right-hand page and everything. But there is that last touch that is missing on the vacancy, and that is a video. Mm-hmm. So if I go to EasyCruit and I just log in with my details here, then I have, just like on television, I have prepared a vacancy here that we're going to work with today. So we have our vacancy here, and then I click Edit on the vacancy. So I can simply just edit the vacancy text. Okay. So what I'm going to show today is how to embed a video on the fly, so to speak. You have one unique vacancy that you wish to embed a video to. Of course, it is possible to work with what we call vacancy templates in EasyCruit. So you could have, for example, 5 predefined vacancy templates where you have these videos embedded already.
Okay.
So we have a really good video on YouTube that I wish to embed in my vacancy. So I go to YouTube, find my video, and then I click Share. And then I click on this button here, Embed. And when I do that, then YouTube will create all the code that is needed. all I have to do is to click copy, and then the code is copied.
Okay, that looks quite simple.
Yeah, it's really straightforward. So then I go back to EasyCruit, and then I click on this button here in the toolbar called HTML. So I click on that, and then I choose that the iframe code or the video code should be in the bottom of the vacancy. So I just place my marker here, and then I paste my YouTube video code, and then I click update.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah,
okay.
so here you can see, here is the video, and if I click save, then everything is of course saved. And if I go back to my vacancy and just refresh the page, then I have the video here.
Ah, okay, there it is.
Yeah. So again, we have the video with pictures, logos, and everything. And here we also now have the video. So as you can see here, we have a video playing directly from YouTube. I can, if I so wish, I can jump forward in the video. I can add subtitles, or I can, for example, go to full screen if I so wish. Okay. So this is how you embed a video to your vacancy.
Yeah, I think that looks really nice to just add something to the vacancy advertisement. And I guess even ultimately you could use video as a whole instead of having a whole lot of text, just use a video.
More or less, absolutely. You could have, for example, just a vacancy title and then maybe some quick information as we have here on the right-hand page. So, for example, expected start date, application deadline, and so on. But the rest of the vacancy is more or less a video.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Really
that's
nice.
possible.
Yeah.
Yep. So, you were also talking about video applications.
Yes.
So the next thing is that I'm going to show how to do that.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yes. So let's go back to EasyCruit and let's start from the beginning. So here I am on the start page. And then I go to my vacancy list. And then I click Edit on an already created vacancy. Of course, this will be in the Create New Vacancy wizard. When you click on New Vacancy, what I'm going to show now will end up in a natural way when you create a new vacancy. But I'm just taking a shortcut here, so to speak. So if I click Edit on the Screening Questions button, I have already created a video application question here, as you can see, but I wish to create a new one. So what I do is that I click Add Question, and then I select from the Type drop-down, I select Video Question.
Okay.
So here, I should more or less only insert my question. So this is the actual question that will be visible for the candidate. And if you have an EasyCruit with multiple languages and you have created your vacancy in, for example, English, Swedish, and Danish language, then you have the option to add your question in all those different languages. Okay. So let's create a question here. So, for example, explain why you wish to work at our company. So that is the question.
Okay.
So then I click Add. And then I select that I wish to include the question in my application form, and it should be mandatory to answer.
Okay.
And then I click Next, and that's it.
Well, that's very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's have a look how it looks like for the candidate. So if I go to my vacancy, then I click on Apply Now. And here is the application form. So just like normal, I accept the privacy statement, and then I click Next. And just to show you, Lex, how easy it can be to apply to a vacancy in EasyCruit, I wish to show you how to use the CV parsing function. So all I do is that I choose my file, my CV as a PDF file, for example. So I select my file, and then I click Open. And now EasyCruit will start to process the PDF file and will import all information that we are asking in the application form. So as you can see here, EasyCruit have inserted the first name, surname, email, and so on.
But I can still make some changes, right?
Absolutely. So for example here, I can see that EasyCruit have imported the correct email address from the PDF file, but I wish to change it to something else. Because I wish to use my private email address, not my work address.
Oh, okay.
So I can type something like Krister at email.com.
Okay, perfect.
I'm absolutely capable. I can change that. So if I scroll down here, then you can see these two questions here. So here are the video questions. So the first question is, explain what great customer service means for you. And the next question is, explain why you wish to work at our company. And that is the question that I just created.
Okay. Yeah.
So what I'm able to do here is that I can either click record video, and then I can record a video on the fly. So then my webcam or my external camera will start, and I can record myself here and now.
So, but can I just do one take, or can I just re-record it if I want to?
You can re-record. So if you do a recording and you have a look on it, and you think that, no, I wish to make a new one, then you can just retake that video.
Okay,
No
good.
problems. The other option you have is that you can upload a video. And this is quite practical if you have done a recording like yesterday or something like that, and you wish to upload that video to your application form. And the upload video alternative is what I'm going to show you right now.
Okay.
So let me upload a video here to this question. So if I click upload video, then I simply just choose my video, and then I click open. So when I do that, then you will see that the application form will start to upload the video. It will analyze the video, and then when everything is done, you can proceed with your application. What I'm able to do here is that I can, when the video is uploaded, then I can just have a look on the video.
Just to double check if everything's okay.
Exactly. Or if I'm not happy, then I can just click remove and then do a new video. So that is how it works with video application questions.
I can imagine that as a candidate I might be a little bit nervous on how to record a video, because it's not very common, it's quite a new functionality. Would be nice if I could get some tips on that, on how to record that.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. This with video applications, it's a quite new functionality, and some candidates can feel a bit nervous. They don't know what they should think about. Should I be at home, or should I be at work, or where should I be when I do my video? So therefore we have created this tips and tricks movie that you can find on our YouTube movie. It is also possible for Visma to embed this video in your application forms.
Okay.
So the candidate can directly in the application form just have a look on this tips and tricks video. And just let me do a quick playback here. So here, for example, we are explaining how to position your camera, for example.
Okay.
This video is translated into our so-called core languages. So, for example, English, Swedish, Norwegian, Danish, and so on. So you can watch the video in the language that you prefer.
Okay, so clients that use multiple languages can just use our standard video.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, what I'm thinking about, it would be really nice, if customers can use this video as an inspiration to create their own video. Because I guess we can embed pretty much any video with application for that.
Absolutely. If the video is, for example, hosted on YouTube or hosted on a web server somewhere, we can absolutely point or use that video in the application forms. No worries. Absolutely.
Yeah, because if you think about employer branding and having consistency in what you present to your candidates, it could be a very nice add-on, so to say. But I already think this tips and tricks video is really nice to use.
Yeah, it's really nice and really short and explains in an easy way what to think about.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, cool. So again, just to wrap up the video applications functionality. Now that I have been a candidate, my application has been registered in EasyCruit. So let me show you how it looks like for a recruiter when the video application has been registered. So once again, we go back to EasyCruit, click the vacancy list, and then I click on my project, my vacancy. And let me just show you how it looks like with our new layout for candidate management. So if I click on this switch up here, I can go to the new version of candidate management, and this is how it looks like. this switch over here is available for all clients using EasyCruit, so you're welcome to just go back and forward between standard and the new version. But this is my vacancy. Here I have the different candidates. I have their contact information. I can see that they were last updated 2 hours ago, 1 day ago. So I get a really quick overview of the candidates that have applied to my vacancy. But let's have a look on Linda Hackett. So this is Linda Hackett's application. Here I have her contact details and so on. I have her CV here on the right-hand page. And then here in the bottom, I have her answer on her video question.
Ah, okay, yeah. Nice.
So the question is, explain what great customer service means for you. And then I, as a recruiter, I can just quickly play the video.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically on the new candidate's profile page, you have all the information in hand to make a first decision on how you're going to evaluate this candidate.
Absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
very good.
Yeah. So that's it for the how to embed a video in your vacancy and how video questions works in EasyCruit. So really happy to be in Oslo together with you, Lex.
Absolutely, yeah. And should you wish to have some more information regarding the videos and how to embed them in your advertisement or the video application function, just feel free to contact your customer success manager or your account manager.
Yeah. So with that said, I think it's time to wrap up everything and wish you all a really great day and see you the next time.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.